Hi guys, welcome back to Welding with Mr. Sapanic. Today's lesson is going to be the rotator cutting test. Now this is going to be a 3x3 square that you're going to cut a slot into this. So for this lesson, we're going to show you exactly how to lay this out. First, we're going to start by looking at our blueprint here, and everybody will get a copy of this blueprint, that way you can use it. Step one is to cut out our measure our 3x3 square, 3 inches wide, 3 inches tall. We'll then transfer that onto this piece of material. Our leg here is going to be 1.25 inches. We're going to have an 1.5 inch slot coming down that's going to be 1/2 inch wide. The material will be 1/2 inch thick. You will be cutting 2 pieces of this material. You are going to cut this material according to the blueprint, which is this. The middle slot must fit snug. There's going to be no grinding, but you may use a file. And all sides must be torch cut. The finished product shall look like this. All of the sides need to be torch cut, so there's 8 different sides that you guys will cut. And at the end of this is how it's going to look. Okay, so now we're just going to scooch over a little bit and we're going to show you exactly how to lay out this blueprint on this piece of metal here. Okay, step one, we're going to, since we have a straight edge here, we're going to go ahead and draw a line here, and we can actually take this line and just go all the way up to the top, because we could take our measurement later. Okay, now we'll go off of this. Since this is not exactly square, we're going to take our line off of this. So we're going to line up just like that. And now we are going to draw a straight line right down there. Okay, so it should look a little like that. So this is going to be our starting point. Our 0 is here. What I need to do first is I need to come out 3 inches, put a mark. I need to come up 3 inches and put a mark. So we're going to use our ruler for this. So we're going to set on 0. We're going to put a mark at 3 inches. And while I'm here, since we're going to be cutting 2 pieces, I'll just go ahead and put a mark at 6 inches. Now to make it easier, I'm just going to turn this, put another mark at 3 inches up here. Okay. Turn this back straight. Now what we can do is we can measure over 3 inches, okay, and then we can attach these lines. Okay, so up 3 inches here, we're going to go up 3 inches here. Okay, so we're over 3 inches here. Now we can go over 3 inches here. And right here is where we are going to cross. So we'll be able to take, the way you guys can see, a little bit easier here. Take this, straight across here. We'll attach this here, same thing. And here is your 3x3 square. So now off of that, we can go 3 inches over here. We already have our 3 inch line here. We already have our height here, so we just need another 3 inches here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and measure again. 3 inches out again. All right, we already have our height. So if we just take this, line up our line here, we can continue this line all the way out. Okay. Now, all we have to do is connect these 2 lines. Don't worry about the material being off, because these are not straight cuts. As long as your pieces are straight cuts, that is all that matters. Okay. Now, next step, we're going to then come in from your edge 1.25 inches, and we're going to put a mark. So line this back up, we're going to put a mark at 1.25 inches. And now I know that this is going to be 1/2 inch thick. So what I can do is take this 1.25 inches, add 1/2 inch to it to make it 1 3/4 for our second line. Put our second mark right here. Okay, we can do the same thing on this side while we're at it. Better to do everything at once, that way you don't forget. So second one. Okay, so now those are the spots for our slot. So this slot is going to come down 1.5 inches. So now we need to take a measurement from here down 1.5 inches and put a mark. So you're allowed to turn this. So we can put a mark here, and we can put a mark here. If you put more than one mark, you can then attach those marks together to draw your line. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll do that there. Now we have these. So we can come over our 1.25 inches here, and then our 1 3/4 here. That way we know exactly where our line's supposed to be. Okay, so here's our 1.25 inches. Here's our 1 3/4. And we'll do the same thing here. 1.25 inches, 1 3/4. So now all we have to do is connect these two lines here and here. Same thing on the other side. Okay, so we can not worry about that. That would be scribbled out or just left. Once you reach this point, we're going to start, doesn't matter where, but we're going to use our marker as punch marks. Once you put heat to these Sharpies, all of this work you did is going to disappear. So if we go around this with a center punch and a hammer, about every 1/4 inch or so, just like this, you will have punch marks from your center punch that will not disappear. So that's exactly what's going to happen. This is how it's going to look, except they're going to be indents all the way around. Down through here, and then you're going to cut out these two pieces. Once you get these two pieces cut out, back to our beginning here, this is what they shall look like once completed. Now, you're not allowed to touch anything on these edges. The only thing you can use a file for is this inside. If you take a nice close look, a little bit filed there, okay? One side, there's the other side, okay? Now you don't have to file both pieces. You don't have to file both sides of both pieces. As long as the end result is these coming together like this. And that's it.